weighing 56.5 kilos, Jenny Line. And over the leg corner, weighing 56.7, Levi Steedman.
Challenging the champion, Levi Steedman.
Yeah, Levi coming off a couple of back-to-back wins, beating Danielle Hutton, 4-0 prospect last time out, so she's riding a hell of a train at the moment. And Jenny definitely not making a 4-hour drive up north to make up the numbers.
Absolutely not. Steedman in the black and grey there, and the challenger line in the black and purple. And it's Steedman going to work from top position early. I got to call Levi's last fight, and this is where she did a lot of her best work in that contest. So let's see what she can do to build on that here.
Yeah, and back at Budo 39 where she captured the title when she fought Chrissy Yates, there was no time to even get into the fight. She came out, she threw a couple of kicks, landed a big left hand shot for the takedown, and just unloaded hell. So like I said, she's coming in on the back of a couple great wins. And Jenny, very, very capable fighter. Good chopping knee from Steedman.
Yeah, both these ladies have somewhat mixed records, but it really does speak to the volume of the competition. And I think you get that now, like we used to have back in the day, Chris, with the men's divisions, because there aren't as many fights out there for these girls. They're constantly facing the best guys, so it's almost like you go back 10 years on the UK MMA scene for the guys, and you weren't getting those 5 easy fights to get to 5-0. You were coming out of your first 5 fights with a 2-3 record or a 3-2 record, but the experience they're getting at that high level this early on is invaluable.
It is, and like you say, when they turn over into the professional ranks, it doesn't broaden that fighter pool any more. You actually find a lot of females out of the UK, they turn pro, they fight the same girls that they fought at amateur, but they have no choice because you have to do the foundations in order to get the European shows, the US shows coming in for you. So like you said, it is very much killer versus killer in a lot of instances in the female division.
Beautiful sweep there from Jenny Line. Takes that top position, looking for the arm here. Rolls into a triangle. This is a bad spot for Steedman.
She's just looking, concentrating at the moment, trying to work the opening. Steedman doing a good job of setting a base out, keeping the legs out of the range of Jenny Line, which doesn't allow her to pull her in. Now, fortunately again for Levi, her arm's in a good spot that it's not a cross, so she has got that little bit of a spot to breathe, but Line's having a good pull on the head.
Yeah, that arm position is going to be the saving grace for Steedman here if she can just gut this one out. Can't be a massive amount of time left in this first round.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. We must be due a klaxon. There we go, 10 seconds to go.
Steedman doesn't have to survive much longer. She's stacking up there, just relieving the pressure.
Yeah, she looks fairly comfortable. So a fairly interesting opener. Steedman having the success early doors, getting top position, and then so final minute of that round, Jenny Line submission hunting, and effective submission hunting. Nearly had her on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, good stuff there from Line. And that gives Steedman something to think about now, because she knows she can't just relax in those top positions. She knows the potential to be swept is there.
Yeah, just having a look at the corner advice from the team Savage Camp, and they seem pretty content that they've got Steedman's number, and she's listening very well. So Line knows what she needs to do. George and Matt leaving Levi in the cage before they are asked to, not concerned by that late, I nearly said stampede, but that would have been a pun. That late attack from Jenny Line, but as such, round number 2.
Yeah, it's interesting as well, Chris, because we're in a championship fight here, so that's 5 3-minute rounds. Oh, it's a huge head kick from Steedman!
And it stunned her!
Big shot! Steedman scrambling for top position here.
Massive head kick, mixing it up well. 2 chopping low kicks on the right side, steps in and fires a left head kick, and she's got to be careful here, though.
She can't be over eager here.
I'd stand up. I'd pull out and look to...
She's got to protect the arm here. It looks like she's
saying to the referee she's holding the glove. And I think she was. I think that's why the referee has just given her a warning. But she's skirting with danger there. She had a woman hurt. She still has. I can say Jenny Lyon's not cleaned her head just yet as Steedman goes hunting the back.
Steedman needs to be careful not to get frustrated here. She didn't get the finish, and she was clearly annoyed about the glove holding, but she just needs to take a breath, calm down. Let the referee deal with these things.
And Lyon has done a great job of staying in the fight, so she was visibly stunned as she hit the canvas. And now Levi looking to impose her game on her, which is effectively this, get into the position where she can throw strikes and just throw until the referee drags her off.
Jenny Lyon's not going to make it easier for her though. She's been very active on the bottom, whether that's trying to improve her own position or just tying Levi up in awkward positions there. It's not giving her a massive amount of room to land fight-ending shots. Steedman steps into mount. Now she's got the room.
And they look for the back take. Now she's got both hooks in. This is where she's dangerous. Steedman loves this position. She'll look to flatten her right out, sit heavy on the hips and fire the shots. But Jenny's doing a good job at the moment. She's turtled up nicely, but she's taking shots. Levi rolling through to try and attack the choke.
And again, Steedman looking to come out on top here.
And if she can, I was going to say, if she can posture up from that position, she'll have a couple of seconds where she can fire them shots. But Lyon doing a good shot of covering up, although a few are beginning to get through now. And she does a good job, does Lyon, of getting out from under Steedman.
Yeah, Steedman's really putting her through the ringer here, pinning and punching, but able to retain guard.
And it's
Jenny Lyon.
And it's a high guard. She's hunting immediately off her back.
Yeah, she's definitely not going to let Steedman get complacent with that guard. Been very, very active.
And a much better round for Levi Steedman, the champion. As we reach the conclusion of round number 2, Jenny Lyon taking some big, deep breaths as she goes back to the corner.
Yeah, Steedman was relentlessly on the attack in that round. From the second that head kick landed, it's got to be very mentally and physically exhausting for Jenny Lyon, having to just defend, and Steedman was absolutely relentless.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of training videos coming into this from Steedman where she's actually been practicing those high kicks. I mean, I'm good friends with her outside of the fighting world, and she says one thing that she would love to see more from herself is that she's able to finish fights. Not so much the submissions or getting the TKO finishes, she wants it to translate into knockouts. So she's making the right adjustments, and like I said, that head kick was margins from getting the job done. But as we said, Lyon is still there, Steedman's still there, and we're set for round number 3.
Well, see if she comes out headhunting now. We know she's got the technique and the power and the ability to find that sweet spot. And as you say, Chris, if that's something that's been at the back of her mind, she's gone in for that.
Oh, Lord, what a body kick! And it's over! It's over! And it was a vicious, vicious body kick. As soon as it landed, and Lyon's in a bad way. She's in a really bad way.
I mean, they are thoroughly unpleasant. It's one of those, until you've taken one, you really can't describe it. Like a clean shot to the liver, or it could be broken ribs there. Mate,
Lyon is in a bad way here. And well, it was right on cue. It said she'd love to see those translate into stoppages, but good stoppages. And she's fired that body kick in. And Jenny Lyon is still she's in a bad way.
Okay, ladies and gents, massive round of applause please for both fighters.